Are we live? And we're live, and we're live, and we're live! Good morning, stackers! My name is Joe Main. I have Ricky here from Perth Bullion Exchange.
How are you guys?
Good. Now, just letting you know, Ricky's got his microphone there, should be coming out nice and clear. Post a comment below. Can you hear us all okay? I'm coming through the computer's microphone, but the way we had to set it up, there was a missing piece and all that sort of stuff. So let me know if you can hear us all. I'm here at, this is where I've been from yesterday, secret location at Perth Bullion Exchange. We're going to be chatting with Ricky about the launch tomorrow, May the 1st, perthbullion.com.au. Post a comment below to let me know if we've got any watches, etc., and let me know if the audio is okay. So in the next 15 seconds, we're going to do what we call the synchronized slurp. We're all going to do it together, and we're going to do it here in, let's give you a cheers first. And 3, 2, 1. You got to slurp it, Ricky. Here we go. Go. All right. Fantastic. We have some chatting. We've got chatters. Oh, this is great. All right. So fantastic. Here we go. So good morning, Ricky.
Morning, mate.
Says that one stacker, New Zealand. GMS says Tony Peterson. Zachary said, Zach, that's Zach who was in the, I think you guys posted a video yesterday with Zach and Adam in the store, giving a store tour. So Zach's in the back room watching the live show. Fantastic. G'day, Zach. G'day, mate. And we've got also, the audio is perfect, guys. Fantastic. All right, so here's what we're doing today. Going to be a slightly different show. We're going to have a chat with Ricky about the launch tomorrow of Perth Bullion Exchange, and we'll tell a quick bit of a story about how that all came to be as well. But we're going to probably start off with a bunch of rapid fire, frequently asked questions about the business. I've got a whole bunch of questions, and I think everyone else has got a bunch of questions too. I'll quickly tell the story, and then later on we're going to do a quick bit of price analysis. So we're going to do a little bit backward today. Also, you're going to get a live walkthrough tour of the store as well, because I watched that video yesterday, and I'm in here, and it's so big. So we're going to show like a full-on walkthrough tour. Anyway, so quickly I'll tell the story here. So Ricky here actually had seen my stuff before.
Yeah, avid follower actually.
Yep.
I watch it right through the Bullion nowadays and through Ainslie and everyone else.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so I had been doing a live show on one of the Bullion dealers actually I did a live show on 2 of them, but I did a brief sort of solo live show at Ainslie. And that went for about a couple of months, and you were watching that apparently.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Right? And so then I started doing Good Morning Stackers last week, and then just a couple of days into that, I get a message from this guy saying, "G'day, I'm Ricky. I used to watch your live show. I'm opening a bullion dealer, blah blah blah." I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool." So we had a chat. We had a long chat over Zoom, and basically I grilled the ever-loving hell out of you. And asked Ricky, okay, and because if you don't know who I am, I'm Joe Main. I've been working in the bullion industry, literally at various companies for 11 years now. And so I asked him a bunch of questions. What's your policy on this? What's your policy on that? What are you going to do about? Have you ever thought about doing this? And I'm like, bang, 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 bang. And like basically every single thing he listed off was exactly what I wanted to hear. So it's literally like if I was starting my own bullion. Let me put that on silent. Sorry, guys. If I was starting my own bullion dealer, literally this is how I would want to do it myself, because I was like asking the questions that I would want to know, and for being a stacker as well. So we're going to ask a bunch of questions, but number one first, the website is launching tomorrow. The whole business is launching tomorrow. So that's Wednesday, the May the 1st. Do we know roughly what time in the morning the website will be live?
Well, we're hoping, hell or high water, that it's 9 a.m. to be honest.
9 a.m.
So
okay.
That's what we're sticking with.
Now that'll be 9 a.m. Perth time?
Yeah, it'll be Western Standard Time.
Okay, so 11 a.m. on the East Coast. All right, and fingers crossed.
Yep.
Okay, so
everything crossed.
As you know, if you guys have shopped online, any other bullion dealer, even when there's a new product that's just the new blah blah blah, we're going to open it today for and there's only 50 available, the website crashes. Like it always happens. So bear in mind, if you're going to be having a look at the website tomorrow, it'll be glitchy. There'll be things.
Yeah, and if people are on there and they do find some things, we'd love some feedback, because we're sort of ironing out a few wrinkles ourselves as we go. And Joe's been really helpful in that. He's been through it with a fine-tooth comb and picked out a few things.
I've sent you a couple of overnight emails going, I noticed this thing, I noticed that thing. So that's that. So let me make a couple of quick comments here. GMS says, Kelly West. G'day, Kelly. Desi says, good morning, guys. Great to hear we will have more competition. I am a big fan of competition because competition makes everyone better, in my humble opinion. And okay, cool. All right, so going to give you the rapid fire questions, and we'll start with the simple stuff. Let's talk about opening hours. So you're Monday to Friday. You're doing a weekend. What's going to be the deal?
Yeah, so we're going to do Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, and then we're also going to do Saturdays. We are looking at doing Saturdays 9 to 5 as well, but we might start them out at 9 till 1, and we'll see how that goes for whether or not that's what people want.
Okay.
If people have got some feedback to say that they'd like it open till 5, then we'd oblige.
Okay. And post your comments below because I will get to your comments as well after we have a bit of a chat about this. So, okay. So Monday to Friday, 9 to 5 p.m., 9 to 1 to start on the Saturday. And that was one of the questions I asked you. You're going to open on the weekend? Yep, cool. Tick. Fantastic. This question here from Tony. I'll pop that on. Will Ricky be stocking Germania coins?
We'd love to stock Germania coins. We're working on that at the moment, but obviously kicking off getting supplier agreements and stuff in place. Germania's got a few more requirements than some of the others, so we're working through that. So hopefully sometime in the near future. Okay,
we'll talk a bit more about stock stuff in a sec. By the way, in this show, we're going to be... blew my mind. The conversation that I had, again, we were very in simpatico with how we both do a bullion business. And so we're going to reveal, he's going to reveal something you've never heard of a bullion dealer before ever in Australia. And it makes me incredibly excited, but I'm going to tease you with that. So let's now talk about, storage. Because one of the questions I was asking you was, are you going to offer like a free storage program?
Yeah, well, we're being fortunate enough with the premises that we've got here. We've got a really big space and a lot of storage. So we are going to offer 3 months free storage, and we know that's sort of the industry expectation nowadays. So that's what we're going to do, and it'll be 3 months free from the date of purchase. So
okay, so how does that? Can you give me a run?
So basically, obviously, as everyone would be aware from other people in the industry, that you can't afford to do 3 months free storage and then someone buys one coin and you roll it over. So we'll be offering it from the date of purchase, and then each product will roll over in succession as it goes over the 3 month period and into storage. Okay, so
what would be if I was buying from you to start with, what would be the best process for me to do it? If I want to take how do I take the maximum advantage of the 3 months free storage?
Well, the way, obviously being a stacker myself, so I've sort of done this a bit myself to maximise my own ability to stack and bring it all together in a single shipment. So I would recommend that you do 3 month purchasing windows, and then at the end of that 3 months, ship it out and then move on to the next one, and just do it in 3 months.
So like from the date of the first purchase, for example. Yeah, that makes sense.
It makes it easy, and you don't have to try and keep track of multiple purchases and things like that.
And if, for example, I get hit by a car and then I can't, well, you know what I mean? Let's say, for example, the 3 month part, let's say an extra whole month goes past. So I've done my first purchase, but then it's 4 or 5 months and I haven't combined everything. What happens there?
Well, we would send you out an email at the end of your 3 months when that is coming up. And then obviously, there's a bit of a grace period there. We give you a couple of weeks and hopefully get a response from you. But if something was to happen, just flick us an email, and then obviously, we can roll that over into the next purchasing window. So,
any storage fees would take into account or anything?
It's 1% of the net value of the bullion. So it's on the spot price, obviously. And it's a 12-month window. So once it rolls over, it's 12 months storage at 1% of the gross value of the metals.
Well, I think most people will be able to. That's pretty easy to go. Just buy first purchase, wait till up to 3 months from the first purchase, do in 3 month blocks, and then you just ask for the combined shipping invoice, and that's similar to other businesses. You just send them, can you combine my shipping and all that?
Yeah, well, if it's not broken, don't fix it, and we've tried to keep it as simple as possible so everyone understands, how it works elsewhere, and we've tried to make sure that we're at least offering that, or maybe a little bit better in some cases. So.
All right, so I'm going to check my notes here because I really want to talk about the really cool. Well, it's all really cool, but we'll talk about. Yeah, you know what? No, we're going to do it now. I'm going to do it now. All right, so we're going to reveal it now. So we're nearly 10 minutes in. Don't want to bore you guys too much. We're not bored, but I want to get to it. and this is a lead in because it's really good that you have the free storage program.
Yeah.
However, I have a really good feeling that it's not people. Some people will utilize it, but a lot of people won't have to utilize it. And I'm gonna lead into this for a second, if you don't mind, because I'm telling you now. Once we talked about this, I said it's going to blow everyone's minds. So, for example, I'll give you a quick story. When I started working in the bullion industry, this was in 2013, I joined a company and they were the first company to buy back at spot price. And this was unheard of in the bullion business. None of the big boys were offering spot price. And the people who owned that company at the time decided to do it because they could, because it wasn't like a thing that you couldn't really do. The margins would be a little bit smaller, but the advantage of that was that you're going to get a whole bunch of buybacks from people. And then that's just turnover. And as we know in a business, a business to make money is all about turnover, and particularly in a bullion business, it's about turnover and turnover. So I joined a company, and they'd been around for about a year or so. They were the first company to offer spot, and that freaked everyone out. And it was amazing. And then I left that company. That company got bought out, and then they didn't offer spot anymore. But the company I joined in 2019, they took on that buyback at spot mantle. And so they went, no, we're going to be the company, and the only company in Australia to buy it back at spot. Now they're actually going to be. We'll get to that thing in a second. But very quickly, you're actually going to be. This is not the reveal. This is before the reveal. But on spot price, just by the way, you're now going to be the second company in Australia to offer spot. Is that correct?
Yeah, we're going to do spot on both gold and silver, all the way up to, I believe it's 5 kilo on silver and 50 gram on gold.
Okay.
Confirm that.
Okay. So basically, this is not the big reveal. The real reveal's coming. So you're going to be buying back at spot.
Yep.
Okay. So come into the store and you can buy back at spot up to those certain rates that all the other companies have, basically. And you never know, that might increase later on depending on how many.
Yeah, obviously we wanted to get rolling a little bit first and see how things worked out in that way. So, whether or not there was a big desire for people bringing in those higher weights and things like that, or whether it would be a one-off sort of thing. So we'll have to see how things go once we hit the ground.
All right. Excellent. So tick excellent opening hours, tick buying back at spot, tick 3 months free storage, and all those kind of policies and details will be on like the frequently asked questions page of the website and all that stuff. So you don't just have to watch this back a million times. It'll all be on the website eventually. But the point I was trying to make is there was a company that I first started working for that were the Mavericks that said, we're going to do this thing that no other bullion business had ever done before. And now here's the big reveal. And here's a question I'm going to ask. Why hasn't any bullion business in Australia ever offered free shipping?
I assume it's a cost thing over here, but I mean, as a stacker, that's why we've kicked off. You look at the American dealers and it's everywhere. Everyone offers it. So there must be a way to do it. So that's what we've gone away and cooked up.
Yep. Okay. So I really want to put this to you so you're understanding. Perth Bullion Exchange is offering free shipping with, my understanding is, with certain conditions.
Yeah, obviously there is a much higher freight cost here in Australia. So it was difficult and Joe actually, I'd had this idea and Joe had also said it when he first was grilling me about the bullion dealer. And it really pushed me to find a way to make it happen. There was a bit of difficulty in the back end for the website, but we managed to get there. So the main caveat really, to keep it simple, is what we've done is set it to the first tier of discount. So for silver coins, that's a tube. Gold coins, it's typically about 3 ounces. So there's a few caveats in there, but it's basically the first discount tier for all products in multiples, where we'll offer free shipping on all items.
It's blowing my mind. So if you're not understanding that, and give me 1 sec, because I think... There you go. Now you're actually on. You weren't on before. Dang. So you're now coming through that microphone, but everyone can still hear us fine, so that's okay. Now you'll actually be able to hear Ricky even better. So Ricky, the business, Perth Bullion Exchange, is the first company in Australia to offer free shipping over certain tiers. So, when you go to an online store, one of the bullion stores, and it says, the single price is X, and then you've got the volume discount breaks. So basically, is what you're saying, anytime that there's a volume break and you buy over that certain volume break, it's instant free shipping?
Yeah, that's correct. So once it's loaded into the cart, it'll automatically update in that order. And you can add, so once you've purchased it, say, for instance, a tube of, say, maples, for instance, you can then go and add, bits and pieces of whatever you might like on top of that order, and it will automatically update to free shipping.
So I'm really gonna grill you on this. So, for example, if someone's buying gold, and there's certain, buy, 5 to get blah blah blah, or buy 3 to get the first discount or whatever, that's still free shipping.
Yep. So any tier discount will be free shipping, whether that's in kilos or gold ounces or tubes.
Okay, and this is the next thing. So free shipping. I've got to hit this home. You got to share this wide around. So Perth Bullion Exchange is offering free shipping on all the tiered discounts, and the first tiered discount as well. You'll have multiple, buy a tube of maples and you get it for X price per coin. Will there be extra, like buy 100 and buy all that stuff?
Yeah, so most of our products, we've tried to keep it simple still, and have 3 tiers. So you'll see most of the silver stuff is in 25 and then 100 quantities, or 20 and then 100.
Okay.
But yeah, the price obviously comes down as well, so it's a bit of a double incentive for people to go for that tube option. And that helps us as well as a business. Obviously, we're greedy capitalists and we want to make money. It's obviously the reason we can offer that is because the decreased handling and packaging time and everything like that allows us to offer that free shipping.
Yep. Okay. So now, there's something you also told me which I didn't even think about this myself when we were talking about this free shipping thing on that first meeting that we had. Was you were telling me I don't even have to buy, use me as the example, I don't even have to buy 25 of the one thing or a tube of the one thing. So I can buy like a bunch of multiple things, but if it adds up to a certain quantity or something?
Yeah, that's right. So as a rule of thumb, it's a quantity of 20, so which is a standard tube, as everyone would know. So if you were to say want 10 maples, you could grab 10 maples and then 10 Scottsdale stackers or whatever it was you wanted, and as long as that quantity came together to exceed the tube quantity, then it would still apply the free shipping.
So like basically, if I was to 2 maples, 2 silver coins of this, 2 Perth Mint Kookaburras, 2 this, that, and then, but the quantity in the shopping cart is 20 or more, no matter what those individual things are. That's free shipping.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you hear that? Okay. There's getting a little echo with the 2 mics on. Excellent. Even better. All right, we've taken that off. Now just let us know, can you hear us fine? You said it was fine before. Okay, so fantastic. I'm just going to go through a couple of comments. I really want this to hit home what's happening here, and what you guys are witnessing first is the first bullion company in Australia to offer free shipping. So, and we'll talk about how that works with the free storage and things like that in just a second. Okay, so Adamson is asking, does free shipping include insurance?
Yeah, so all our bullion shipments are covered by our insurance policy, so it's all Lloyd's of London, so everything we ship out is covered by our insurance.
That was a yes. I'll get you, now I know that mic's wasn't working, I'll get you to speak up just a little bit, even though they can hear us though, if that's okay. So Adam, to answer your question, yes, free shipping does include insurance, even though it's free, because shipping is shipping. It doesn't matter whether it's free or whether you paid for it. It has insurance, so yes. Morning, guys. Chris Hallahan says, who will you be using for your shipping service?
So, again, being a stacker myself, like the delayed times with shipping for us, we decided not to bother with Australia Post or anyone else. We've gone all toll, and it's all express, all of our shipment. Okay.
Does that, I'm firing a question which I didn't prepare you in beforehand. Do they have to sign for that, or is that another sign?
Yeah, no, it's signature on delivery, and it's actually overnight to all capital cities as well. So,
Can you explain what do you mean by that?
So if your payment is cleared by 2 p.m. Western Standard Time, our toll deliveries will go out at 4, which means it'll be in any capital city in Australia the next day.
So for example, if I order, and you're talking about Perth time, so for example, if I was ordering in the morning on a Monday, let's say today, I ordered today this morning, and the payment clears in your account, has to clear in the account by 2 p.m. Perth time.
Yep.
You're confident that you'd be able to pick and pack and ship that the same day.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Cool. I'm going to hold you to that. Now, bear in mind, this is, and I'm giving you an out here because bear in mind these are all brand new policies.
Yeah, that's right.
So this is going to be
we're going to get stress tested.
So don't bombard too much tomorrow. Like buy some coins, get some stuff, add it to the free storage if you're only buying a few coins. But don't give them too much. Do buy some stuff, but we'll stress test them a little bit. That's cool. All right. So shipping by a toll and signature on delivery. Grant Weinstein, old mate of mine. Is insurance included? Yes, insurance is included in the shipping. Thumbs up from Adamson about that. Great question. What would be your answer to that? Do you cater for international buyers as well, or do you only focus on the local market?
At the moment, we're only focusing on the local market, but that's obviously why we're finding our feet a little bit. We're still working out all the kinks as we've sort of been discussing already, but obviously in the long term, we'd hope to offer it, internationally as well.
Yep. So Australia only at the moment. Sorry, New Zealand. Apologies. That would also be a really free shipping New Zealand internationally. No. So Australia only. Yep. Okay. Sorry to everyone else who was getting excited there, but maybe in the future. And Desi, that's great shipping service. This is as we were talking about on that first conversation. I literally said to this guy here, I said, mate, if you can pull that off, it's going to blow everyone's minds, because it blew my mind, because no one's done it in Australia before. And this isn't me trying to sell and plug and all that. All that. It's just me being a stacker and going, I'd love free shipping. So that I'm just blown away by that. Again, you're going to get stress tested so much. Joshua Lynch says, good on you guys. Congratulations and looking to make some purchases on launch. Exciting times. So, hey, Josh, you can be the first to stress test. Buy a 20 of something or over a tube of something, and before try and get the payment clear before 2 p.m. and we'll stress these guys. Now payment, let's talk about payment for a second. So this is enough about the shipping thing, free shipping with certain things, and you can go back and watch, and all that stuff will be on the frequently asked questions.
Yep.
I was about to ask you about mention purchase exit times. Oh, I've forgotten what I was about to say. It was can't remember. It'll come back to me. Adam Adamson says very strong offering. What's your role, Joe? I'm just Good Morning Stackers. I'm Good Morning Stackers, and I've been helping out the business because getting started with the social media stuff.
Yep.
And that's what I've done for a long time. It's what I'm good at. But when I got reached out by Ricky and we had this chat, it was, holy crap, this company's doing all the stuff that I would do if I was starting a bullion business. And I really wanted to be involved in the launch and the startup and all that. And you guys are going to be making your own. Just so you know, as far as I'm aware, and not that we haven't had any conversation about it, I'm not going to be I'm not working for Perth Bullion Exchange. I'm not going to be the social media guy every single day and making all the videos. I'm not moving to Perth, right? I'm from Melbourne. I'm not moving to Perth, mate. I got my family there. So I'm not making the videos. I'm doing that. But I've been helping out in the start of the launch and all that. But I'm also sort of
being a bit modest. He's been a wealth of knowledge, actually, for us.
Oh, stop. What I love doing, and this is a quick plug for me, what I love doing is I love helping businesses in any kind of business get set up on social media, in particular YouTube channels and things like that. So if anyone out there has a business, doesn't have to be a bullion business, it's any kind of business, can benefit from having a YouTube channel. And you've certainly seen a lot of people have seen the benefits of that for certain businesses. So I'm helping with the startup and the launch, but these guys are going to have all the tools and the skills necessary to just keep making their own content and just putting it out week by week. And I think you guys are going to be doing specials of the week and all that stuff. Speaking of specials, I think this was the question. So that's basically my role, which is not really a role. It's kind of like a advisory role and passing on some skills, but I'm not going to be working, as far as I'm aware, unless something happens and I move to Perth. I'm not working for the actual company, if that makes sense. And I wanted to come over here and see the business, and Good Morning, and it's the Good Morning Stackers. It's to promo my show too, Good Morning Stackers as well. So that's that. Specials. You were telling me that. Is this going to happen? Is there going to be a month of specials?
What we're going to do is over our launch month, starting on the 1st of May, we're going to run new products and specials every single day, right through for the full month of May. So there'll be 30 days of specials for the launch.
Wow.
So we're hoping to get some really good stuff up there for the guys, and hopefully some prices that everyone will be impressed with. We've tried to make it as competitive as we can.
Okay, so 30. So you're literally going to do one every day.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. Consultant. Oh, Adam's saying consultant. If you want to, maybe I don't know. Advisor. I don't know. We just met each other. Met each other for the first time today. You weren't here yesterday, so if you want to call it that, something like that. But I'm not working for the business, if that makes sense. Another question. Oh, here we go. Question. Payments. Thank you, Chris. We'll come back to that. Good morning. Another important question, guys. Can you give us an idea on how your loyalty program or points will look like? I don't think there's anything. Is that?
No, we conversed about maybe doing something along those lines, but it's probably in the 6 to 12 month horizon whether we would do a loyalty program.
Okay. I'm actually not familiar with any loyalty. I've been around. Oh, okay. So, see, this is how sometimes I'm just really out of the loop with stuff. I'm just focused on my Good Morning Stackers bubble. So, no loyalty program.
No.
That's okay. Sorry, guys. Free shipping, no loyalty program. And payments. Thank you, Chris. Thank you. All right. So, let's talk about payments for a second. Tell us all the ways people can pay for their orders, both in the store and online.
Yep. So online, it will be bank transfers, and then on checkout, you can select obviously pay in store with cash, and we do accept credit card, debit card, everything along those lines in store. But unfortunately, we don't take those over the web. It's just a bit of an issue with fraud from the merchant services. So.
Yep. Okay. So if I'm walking to the store, I can pay cash. I can use my card.
Yep.
Fees involved in card?
It's 2% on credit card, and it's 1.6% on debit.
Okay. Do I need to show? Oh, we've got to talk about ID and OzTrack and all that sort of stuff as well. Know your customer and all that. But so if I want to pay with a credit card, what do I need to do?
Yep. So you can pop in store, see the boys obviously at the payment facility there. Credit cards need ID for all payments, and then obviously the know your customer around OzTrack and that. So anything over 5,000 in cash, and all buybacks, you need to produce ID.
Yeah. Okay. Well, like any other big bullion business. So yeah, ID over 5,000, $1 or $10 million for a buyback is got to produce ID. Duh. And so online again. So bank transfer.
Yep.
And that would be the only way, right? Or then elect to pay cash in store.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. That's your payments question. Again, all this stuff would be on a frequently asked questions page or something like that. Let's go. Adam says, free shipping is better than points, so better than a loyalty program. It probably does work out much better, right?
I'd like to think so.
Yeah. Again, the free shipping thing just blows my mind. And I really just want to hit home for a second. This is not me. Like, you're not putting extra cash in. You're not putting cash in my pocket and like big up this company or anything like that. Striptease later on, but other than that, it's just literally after our chat. This is what I would do if I was starting a business, and this is why I get so excited about this, like particularly free shipping and all that, or hitting all those points. That's what I want to ask you about. Capsules. Tell me about Capsules. What's going on there? Because some companies do offer capsules for up to a certain amount. You buy a certain amount of coins, you get the capsules. You buy a gold coin. Some companies don't offer a capsule, even if you buy a gold coin that doesn't normally come in a capsule, like it's not from the Perth Mineral, it's already encapsulated. So what's the go with capsules at the moment?
Well, unfortunately, as one of the complications of getting started, we're a bit behind on the capsules. They've been ordered, they've been manufactured. So we wanted to have them manufactured because we wanted to offer acrylics rather than plastics for the cost.
Can you explain that difference? Because I have no idea. I should know, but I have no bloody idea what the plastic and acrylic.
Most of the stackers would probably be where you see some of the cheap capsules. They often scratch a lot, or they go hazy over time. They don't stay clear.
Yep.
So your Perth Mint products and stuff like that, they're an acrylic capsule, and that's why they sort of seem to stand up to it a lot better. Whereas if you get a cheap capsule, they look really rough after some time.
Okay.
Especially bounce around with a few coins.
Okay.
So for the additional cost of it, we didn't. Obviously we want to present the products that we're selling in the best state imaginable. So we thought for the additional cost, we wanted to go for acrylic, but that meant we had to have them manufactured. So they're a couple of weeks away at the moment.
Okay. So, and this is really putting you on the spot for a second. If, for example, I buy a bunch of stuff, I buy a few coins and I want to put it in free storage now, you would just wrap them up? Like how will they be protected?
So at the moment we've got slips as a temporary measure. Okay. So all coins will go out in some form of protection, but at the moment we're going to start out with slips just for the purposes of getting going, because we can't delay for some capsules.
All right, so people who are getting stuff shipped out them either paying for shipping, which is actually going to be quite rare. I'm actually going to ask you about the actual shipping charge if people do need to pay for shipping. Everything will be protected.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, cool.
Nothing will go out raw.
Because that's been a bugaboo for me as a stacker. And also working for different companies. Some companies would provide capsules on, buy up to 10, you get in the can. Some wouldn't. They just go out in sometimes touching each other in a bag. And that's not my deal. I don't like that. So you're ticking that box right there. So Alan's asking. Well, actually, before I do that, we'll ask the question about shipping. So if, for example, I'm buying something that I need, it's one thing and it's a gift for someone and I'm getting it sent straight to them, so I have to pay the shipping. Because normally if you're going to buy from Perth Bullion Exchange, you're probably either going to be storing it for free for a bit or getting the free shipping instantly. Yeah. And we've got to talk about that thing for a second. But if I just want something, if I have to pay for shipping, how much is it going to be?
So it'll actually be a live API from Toll that will calculate based on your postcode. But in its initial, some delays with our developers in getting that plugin set up for the website. So at the moment, it's going to be a $20 flat rate for any shipping charges that don't qualify for free shipping. And that's obviously still Express anywhere in Australia.
Okay, so, Express, sign-on delivery, insured, and that's about right. The last time I heard about shipping, it was like $17.50 or something.
Yeah, and a lot of those
for other dealers,
standard postage. So we wanted to offer, only Express really, because I had my own time waiting weeks for coins to arrive, and there's nothing more frustrating.
Yep, fair enough. So short answer is $20 flat shipping for the moment until the API, the website figures out what it's doing.
Yeah, and then all that really means more or less is that, especially if you're inside WA or in the capital cities, that'll likely come down to somewhere around that $15 mark.
Okay.
Once the API is live. But for the interim, we've just had to pick a nominal figure, and we're probably going to get hurt on some shipping. But that's what we have to do.
But I see you have mentioned it. So there will be times where you take a little hit because it's just cause. But then that's I think the business you're going to get because of free shipping in particular is just going to be huge. That's just my opinion. Now we're going to talk about this thing. So 3 months free storage and free shipping, they don't go together, right?
No.
Okay.
So obviously as a business, there's costs involved with both of those things. So our margins aren't that high that we're able to do both those things. And with the funnels, as we spoke about previously, as an order comes through, it's either picked for collection or picked for storage or picked for shipping out. So once we've done that and picked it and put it into storage, then obviously coming back to re-pick that product and then ship it out, we're sort of doubling up on
Double
the same
handling,
cost.
yeah.
So unfortunately, we can't offer both in the one instance for the same purchase.
Yes. So basically, you're saying there is if you elect anything that you elect to have free storage for, you can't then. So, for example, I can't. That beeps annoying. I can't game the free 3 months free storage and start buying coin here, coin there over a few weeks, and then send a message to you saying I've bought over 20 coins. Can I have my free shipping now? It can't work like that because there's your double handle. There's extra person hours to then retake your stuff off. So you got to pay people.
Yeah.
So no, if you take advantage of the free storage, you can't take advantage of free shipping of that free storage program after the 3 months is up.
Yep.
Cool. So then again, you send that message and say, you want to combine my order, send me the shipping charge and all that. Okay. So hope that makes sense. So you're either going to, be adding stuff to your free storage if you're buying little coins here and there. Otherwise, if you're looking, I want a tube of something today, you're going to get it for free shipping straight away anyway. So you're just going to get it for free shipping straight away. All right. So that answers that. Question. Alan G asks, are you able to tell us what the price for secondary buyback 1 ounce and 10 ounce silver? Oh, I think what Alan is asking, and he clarifies, for customers to buy them. So basically he's asking about pricing. So if I sell a bunch of 1 ounce or 10 ounce silver stuff to you and then you pop it on the website, how much is that going to cost to the person to buy it? But that's like a piece of string, isn't it? Is that hard to say?
It's a bit fluid. Obviously, there's some scales in that, but yeah, for the 1 ounce, it'll be $5 over spot, the resale and the buybacks. But we'll have a chart up probably in the frequently asked questions there to clarify some of the other stuff around the different sizes as we go up in scale.
I'm really going to put you on the spot here. I noticed with the first, you shared the website prototype with me, and you had the singular price on there.
Yeah.
And now that's just recently someone noticed in the pictures that we put that was put on the Facebook group, I think it was, it said as low as. So did that get changed by you guys?
I've flicked. That was a bit of a miscommunication with the developers. So what we wanted to show was the single price and then the as low as price at the same time, so people could see discount in the tiering.
Yep.
So we've gone back to them, and hopefully by tomorrow morning that'll be updated for the launch.
Okay.
So, but if you hover over the PBE logo on the website, it still does display all the pricing from single to.
And if you just open that particular individual product, it'll show on the big display.
But even on the shop page, you can just hover on each logo, and it'll display the tiered pricing as well.
Part of your content, I reckon, would be, a video might be about like a screencast of a walkthrough of the, of how to do it or something like that. All right, that's a project for you. So it's going to be, so eventually you'll see the singular price.
Yep.
As the first thing, and hopefully underneath there'll be the as low as price as well.
That was sort of the plan for the developers, but there's a bit of a miscommunication.
Okay, so at the moment it only says as low as, but you're going to add the singular price. All right, that's excellent. All right, any other question? Is there anything that we haven't covered that we need to before tomorrow's launch?
No.
Let me go through my notes here, and what we're going to do very quick. I'm going to take this laptop and we're going to do a quick walkthrough of the store as well. Alan G says, awesome. Thank you for that. No worries. We've got 25, I think that either says on my thing here, we've got 25 people watching right now, or we've had 25 cumulatively. That's really good for this. This is really good. Alan G says, everything you guys are saying sounds awesome. It really does. Can't wait to check it out tomorrow. Yeah, it's really awesome. And again, I'm advising here. I'm just, part of the initial launch. I'm not part of the business, anything like that. It's just, I'm very excited to be here. It's just everything that I want in a bullion business personally. And it's been good to get to know Ricky. Well, it turns out we actually have a few more things in common as well, but we'll talk about that later. Everything goes awesome. And all right. So if there are any last, I'll give you an opportunity because there's a little bit of lag between the live with doing this and the delay. Any last questions for Ricky in terms of the business side of things? And then I'll give you 30 seconds to get those questions in. While we're talking about, I'm just going to quickly ask you a couple of personal questions. Why did you start the business?
Yeah, it's a bit of a scratch your own itch thing for me. I've been a stacker for quite a few years now, and range was one of the big things. It was hard to get. Like, I'm quite a big fan of Scottsdale, and they've been really hard to get in Australia for a long time, and expensive as well. And obviously in the secondary market, they're quite expensive to get if you're chasing one or two. And then being in Western Australia and being privy to some of the forums and things like that that go on over east and the stacker meetups and things like that, and not having the opportunity to do any of that over here, we really wanted to do something where we could have a bit of a community atmosphere over here, and that's why we went with the space that we went with. It's a bit more expensive, obviously, to have the larger space, but we thought it'd be, we'd love to do live meetups in the future and really create a bit of a culture around it, and hopefully get a bit of a family feel around it all.
How long have you been a stacker?
I started stacking about 6 years ago. I took a pretty big hiatus there. I had other, business commitments and things that sort of took me away from the passion of it, and just probably in the last 2 years revisited it really strongly.
Yep. And you run some other businesses, don't you, as well?
Yeah. I've got another mining services business, so that keeps us busy. So this was really a passion project originally, and it sort of just grew arms and legs. Yeah.
But you've got, as you saw in that video, you've got Zach and Adam as your lackeys.
Yeah.
I met them yesterday. Great bunch of guys. And so so then how often do you reckon you'll be in the store usually?
I'll be here mostly full time. Probably 6 days a week, to be honest.
All right.
Yeah, at least in the interim, and then I'll start to split my time a little bit more. But this is sort of the focus for the next 12 months, 2 years, whatever it'll be.
Cool.
6 days a week.
All right, get your last questions in. There's a couple there, and I'll read that off. Then we can do a quick walkthrough tour of the front end. You don't get to see the back end, that's security. And then I'll mention now, I think what we're going to do, what you were wanting to do tomorrow, I think, were you wanting to go for the launch? Were you thinking about going live on the Perth Bullion Exchange YouTube channel? Is that right?
I mean, if people are keen to see it live, we'd love to do a live on launch day and maybe announce our first special, get some people excited
that makes
about
sense.
some of the products coming through.
Okay, cool. Well, you've heard it all here. This is Ricky from Perth Bullion Exchange. All right, let's last couple of questions. Jay. Jay, very quickly. G'day, Jay. Love following your posts on finance and currency, Joe, man. Keep it up. Thanks, Jay. Love your work, man. Love your drone work, Jay. Jay does a lot of drone work, a lot of great photography. Mandy, are the PBE staff happy to chat with a brand new know-nothing stacker, as in a newbie? Advice and info.
Yeah, well, that goes hand in hand with the sort of the place we wanted to create here. So we've got a info in here. Obviously, we'll have people out here wandering in the main floor. So more than happy for people to come down, have a chat. As you would have seen in the intro video there, we've got some testing and stuff there to sort of walk people through and explain.
We'll do a walkthrough of that.
Yeah.
We haven't mentioned the business address. I'm sure that'll come in when you make more content and stuff. Yeah. That'll come in. But what's the business address again?
So we're at Shop 20, 173 Davies Street, the Gateway Business Centre in Booragoon. It's actually probably a bit easier to find if you look for Andrea Lane, but the address is 173 Davies Street.
Davies at D-A-V-I-E or D-O-V?
No, D-A-V-E-Y.
D-A-V-E-Y?
Yeah.
Okay. Davies Street. In Booragoon, because I'm from Melbourne, so all these suburbs. For people out of interest, where's Booragoon in relation to Perth City?
It's about maybe 8 or 9 minutes south of Perth City.
Yep.
Just down south of Applecross, just south of the river. So
and we're right across from a Westfield shopping centre.
Yeah, so Westfield Booragoon is just across the street.
Right.
yeah, it's not a bad spot really. I think we've got plenty of parking and
That's what I was about to ask. Yeah, parking. Yep.
yeah, so we've got some dedicated Perth Bullion bays there. We've got 4 of those, and we've also got obviously plenty of shop parking, as you might say.
All right. Wow. Okay. Cool. Well, that answers the question, Mandy. Yes. Welcome to new stackers. Yeah. Look, any, and this goes, and I'm going to give a shout out to all bullion dealers here. Every single bullion dealer that's worth their salt already does this, which they love talking to new stackers. You know, I don't think I've never walked into a bullion. Well, actually, there's been one, but I've never been part of a bullion business, and I would never be part of a bullion business or go into a bullion business that wasn't happy to talk to a new stacker. So that's not just bigging up Perth Bullion Exchange. That's bigging up all the good ones. You know, all the ones you've been to and you know and you love and all that. They're all great in terms of speaking to brand new stackers, because then you got to. This is how a business makes their money, is by getting new people in, but it's by bloody word of mouth. And when you treat your stacking community in particular and the newbies who are just learning, they're coming into you for advice and you give them the advice, right? I mean, why wouldn't you? And particularly that's what I love about all this kind of community outreach on, the communities and, Gold Silver Stackers Australia Facebook group and all that sort of stuff, is a business really makes its money by catering to the community first. And then those are the people that go tell their family members and their friends, because, we're all the crazy bloody stackers. But, when the price is through the roof, your Uncle Dave is going to come to you and go, oh, hey, mate, I remember you used to be into precious metals, mate. Oh, can you tell me more? And then, if you've had a good service from Perth Bullion Exchange, you're going to say, yeah, buy from Perth Bullion Exchange. And it's all about that word of mouth. So when a bullion business takes care of the stacking community, this is my opinion, then the stacking community takes care of the business.
Yeah, and we'd also like to see, like that community feel. We want people to be long-term customers. We're not interested in trying to, rip anyone off.
Yeah, get them in, get them out. It's not about that. Alan G asks, sorry if this has already been mentioned as I came in late, but are you having a physical? Oh, yes. Are you having a physical store in Perth? I went to visit blah 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 when I was in Perth, but it was so much of a mess around to get in. So I think we just answered that question for you. So yes, shop front. You just gave the address and parking and all that stuff. So yeah, so you probably just got that answer there, Alan. Oh shoot. Okay, scroll down. Tony says, "Great stream. Please hit the like. Yes, please." Alan, my questions have been answered. There we go. Looks a lot easier to get from the city than any other dealer mentioned. So easier to get to Perth Bullion Exchange. Would love to get back to Perth someday. Far warmer than Tassie. Yeah, it was beautiful weather yesterday. And Mandy gives a thumbs up. Okay, so we're going to leave it at that for the questions and the whole frequently asked questions for Perth Bullion Exchange here at Good Morning Stackers. It's the Good Morning Stackers show. Like, share, and subscribe. We are now going to do a quick tour. This is going to be a long show. We're going to do a quick tour of the thing, and then we're going to say goodbye, and then you guys can get on to your merry day. So give me a sec. I'm going to pull this out. I'm also going to have to change. Oh no, I don't have to change cameras. Here we go. Come with me. Let's go. This is still working. This is great. So now, out of interest, this is the podcast room, right?
It's a bit of work to be done.
Bit of work to be done. There's a bit of things and shelves, and I was in here yesterday, and I showed those few things up there as show and tell. So this is the podcast room. Okay, so hey, you never know, you might be a part of a podcast. There's sort of things that obviously you can't show you backstage, as such. But I want everyone to get a real sense of the scale of this business. So this is, where are you? Oh yeah, Ricky, there you are. This was, Jesus Christ, what do I get to think? This was an old
was a
Combank?
Bank, yeah.
An old Commonwealth
So
Bank.
we're fortunate enough to find one in such a good location that sort of fit the use for purpose, I suppose, with the size of it.
Right, okay, so let's take a quick look. So here is that's the front door. It's a sliding door. And it's literally like you're walking into a Combank. So here you go in here. So that's that little station that the boys were at the other day. Can you pop on this side of the thing and explain what that station is all about?
Yeah, so, I mean, obviously most people have access to the internet, but we wanted to make it nice and convenient for people. So if they did want to come in, rather than having to go and ask or wait to ask one of our staff about products or what's available, or to have a look at certain products, we've just made these 2 computers dedicated just for browsing the website, checking stock, checking prices, all that sort of thing.
Okay. Do you have the porn sites blocked or? Good. All right, cool. Good. Yep. Okay. Did I say that on the stream? Yeah, I did. By the way, everyone's just giving away my height right here. Ricky's actually 7'5", just so you know. So, so that's so basically a station that people can just sit and just browse away.
Yep.
All right. Cool. This thing. Let's go over here. This was alluded to, so let's talk about this for a second. And you might, because you're a little bit further away from the thing, just speak up a little bit.
Yeah, so as some other dealers have obviously made all stackers aware that they can do testing in store for them, we just wanted to make that as convenient as possible. So we didn't want people to feel obliged like they had to make a purchase or anything like that. We just wanted to have this here so people could come in, use it. It's completely free. There's no obligation.
And
it's
that's
a brand new Verify Pro.
That's a Sigma, yeah?
Yeah, it's a Sigma, the Pro version. So we've got the bridge, we've got the wands as well if you do need them.
Yep.
Obviously the scales, just to check weights, and there's a bit of a guide here for anyone who's unfamiliar, but obviously you can always ask.
Something I'd mentioned this, but you'd already had the same thought, was, jeez, trying to figure this out. There we go. That way. Yeah. With this, there we go. Sore wrist. I'm not 15 anymore. This can act as an area. Let's say I've traded privately with someone, and I haven't. I've just bought through and shout out to the Goldstackers Australia group, amazing group, or any of the other forums or anything like that. And I'm in Perth,
Yep.
and I want to do a meetup, but I don't want to meet in the dodgy alley or in the McDonald's down the road. I could come here.
Yeah, so that was sort of the key thing around building that community feel.
Right.
So wanted to make people on Facebook and those groups that you mentioned, so they felt safe. They could come in here under the cameras. We've got security, all that obviously, and then there's the verifiers here. They can test and do their swaps here. There's no problem.
Cool. And this place might have might turn out to be like as you were saying, like a stackers meetup, like once a month or something every.
Yeah, well, there's something we'd like to explore. Yeah.
Okay.
Something that we probably haven't had enough of in Western Australia, and we wanted to sort of cultivate that. So.
Yep. Coffee, tea, hot, cold beverages. That was alluded to by Zach, I think it was, in that video. So that's just complimentary stuff. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Again, this was an old bank, so you've got all these alcoves. You've got these areas here. So, do you have ideas for what's going to be done with these areas? What's going to go on there?
Yeah, so these are a bit of a work in progress, obviously, like a few things around here at the moment. But we're hoping in the very short to medium future anyway to get some showrooms set up for displaying products. We'd like to do one with products in stock display, and then potentially one just for product launches, e.g. the Lunar series or something along those lines.
So pop in there. So this could potentially be a, literally just a display room.
Yeah, just basically so people can have a look and see the products in person. As you know, some of the designs come out better.
In shelving and casing and stuff like that?
So you can see, we're going to have glass jewellery cabinet casing in here so people can see the coin in person and get a bit of an idea for the design.
Awesome. And lastly, it's again, there's the window. So you've got those kind of, the executive banker would have that meeting with the, for the loans and all that. So that's would you use that as something like a private private room?
For people, obviously with higher purchases and or sellbacks, that wanted to feel a bit more comfortable rather than discussing things out in the open. If there's a lot of other customers in here or something like that, obviously we can't take them through the back because it's a security issue. So we're hoping to utilise these rooms for sort of a private consultation for people looking to maybe make bigger purchases or maybe just want to feel a bit more comfortable.
Awesome. And quickly, can't take you behind the glass, but this is the area where you make your payments and your purchases and all that. This is where you collect items as well?
Yep. Everything will come through here. It's all under the cameras so we can make sure that nothing shady goes on from either end and everyone's getting what they paid for and everything else.
Yep. and there's about 10 gazillion cameras in here. So yeah, there's cameras everywhere. And lastly, just a little waiting spot. And that's pretty much it. So I don't have any more comments. So we've gone nearly an hour here. So I'm going to end it here. Let's maybe just pop over here real quick, and we'll just end this thing, and I'll pop this here, something like that. So get the thing close enough for Jazz. Yeah, why not? So just wanted to say thanks for being on the show.
Yeah.
Much appreciated. I've had a great time here so far in Perth, yesterday, today, and I'm staying tomorrow. And we'll go live tomorrow maybe on your channel or something.
Yeah, I think so.
We'll figure it out. And more content to come from you.
A lot of homework to do for us, I
Yep,
think.
yep, that's good. That's it, gang. I guess we'll leave it at that. And no worries, thank you. So, thank you, Joe. Thank you, and thank you, Ricky. So much appreciated, mate. Good stuff
Joe.
to have you on. That is Perth Bullion Exchange. That is the Good Morning Stackers extended version. Oh, shoot. Well, you know what? I'm not going to have any time for price analysis today because we've been going for an hour, and it's longer than I thought. So this is the special edition Good Morning Stackers live from Perth Bullion Exchange, and that's pretty much it. So Platinum's gone up today. Let's see what happens. That's your price analysis for this week, for today. But you're going to get a Good Morning Stackers in the morning before the live launch. That'll be a separate thing. So I'll be hanging around. I'll be up in the background in camera and all that sort of stuff, and sticking around for the day as well, because I want to see what happens and how many customers you're going to get, and how I could be like that guy who like, I'm going to order everyone around tonight. No, I won't really. Go, ship. So that's it. That's been Good Morning Stackers here at Perth Bullion Exchange. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Don't have my cup, so we can't do another synchronized slurp, but we did one at the beginning. And you are the man, Joe. Well done. Thanks. I appreciate it. Why not? I'm going to end it there. Thank you very much for watching. Head over to perthbullion.com.au. 11 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, hopefully 9 a.m. Perth time tomorrow. And that's it. I'm going to end it here. Thank you very much for watching. And take care, guys. And I'll see you tomorrow morning for Good Morning Stackers. And stay safe, stay informed, and we'll speak to you soon. See you later.